This is a place.
This is the place?
This is a place. We want to talk about. This is a place.
Welcome to this week's episode of This is a Place podcast. My name is Nate.
My name is Brandon.
My name's Matt.
And happy National Jukebox Day and National Deal Week.
Oh,
So I did one for the day, one for the week.
okay.
And the reason I bring up the Jukebox Day is because Brandon was just making fun of all my music before Matt logged in. Logged I.
That's not fair. Before he logged I.
Logged I.
I have no comment. Why are you reading our text, Brandon? That was personal between you and me. That wasn't in the group chat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, the
I was not
inside
making
jokes are
fun of
so
all your
good.
music. I was making fun of the underground music that you like. And I think
Yes,
there's a reason why
'cause-
it's underground. It's because that's where it should stay.
No. I went to a thrift store as I normally do. I went treasure hunting and I found it's called Freddie Jones Band. Found their CD yesterday, which I thought was odd because it's hard. It was hard to find that at the stores, and I found it at a thrift store, so I had to buy it, even though I probably have it in my CD collection at home. So it brought up all these memories of all these smaller bands that I used to listen to in the late 90s. So I had Brandon listen to a few of them before Matt logged and I okay, stop.
It's not that funny, you guys. Move on.
It really isn't that funny. It's kind of like that one time you had that joke.
That I couldn't get out.
That
Pioneer
we didn't
Village?
we didn't even know what the joke was, but we were laughing so hard. I can't remember last time I cried that hard from laughing. But Brandon
We
made
just
fun of
went.
my songs. I had him listen to a few of them, and he made fun of them, which I thought was insulting because Brandon goes to all these weird concerts all the time. And I thought maybe he could add these to his
Weird repertoire.
list. Yeah, to your list of bands that you may be able to see if they ever, I don't know if they still tour. Who knows?
I'll keep an eye out and
So,
stay
that's where we
as
are.
far away as I can.
There you go. But are you guys even old enough to remember seeing a jukebox?
I had one in my basement.
There you go.
You have one in your basement, or you did?
I did growing up. Yeah, we had one in our basement. It was not functioning. I don't know
Oh,
how much
bugger.
money it would have taken to restore it, but
Where is it now? Oh, it's burned up.
yeah, it burned in my house fire, Brandon. Sensitive topic. Thanks for bringing it up.
Those hits are hot right now.
So when I was a kid, I would love putting coins into it and then pulling like the front panel open because you could see the coin going like down the little track. It was really cool. But
Was
yeah,
it
never worked.
like records or was it CD? Or do you
It was
remember?
records. Yeah,
Okay.
it was records. So the top was the big plastic bubble and you lift it up and that's where the records would go.
That's pretty cool. Like my neighbor across the street had one for a half minute, or the neighbors lived there for a half minute and they had one. I remember it was during like the Dirty Dancing era because that was like the song everybody wanted to listen to that they had in there.
It was dancing and it was dirty.
Dirty Dancing. Nobody leaves Matt in a corner.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nobody leaves Baby in a corner.
That's the only quote from the movie anybody knows.
That's true.
I've never seen it. I was quoting The Ringer.
The Ringer?
Mm.
It's dancing and it's dirty.
Dirty. Squatch. You would squatch my CD.
You picked it up in broad daylight.
when after we get ice cream.
So you brought up Jukebox Day and Deal Week. So we got to
And
talk
it's
about
Deal
Deal
Week.
It's your.
Is
it's,
it
it's
really
Nate's
Deal
Super
Week
Bowl.
anymore?
No, it's not.
I know. It's more like Deal Month.
Oh, okay.
Somebody actually
I
made
thought you were
it's kind of-
saying because the deals are not really deals.
well, it's just like Black Friday's really just Black November, right? Because everybody started their deals earlier and earlier, where Black Friday's really not that big. Is it a big deal anymore? Then you got Cyber Monday. Somebody actually, it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not insulting, but it's kind of stings. Somebody made a video saying Black Friday shopping in 2001, where they're at the store like fighting each other for stuff,
Good old days.
where that doesn't really happen anymore because everything's just online,
You
right?
can get everything
Maybe
you
a
want.
store here or there has something, but nobody's camping out at Best Buy to get the TV anymore.
I've never done Black Friday shopping.
No?
Nope.
I
I
feel
think it'd
like
be
I've
fun.
everything was kind of fun. I remember I went a bunch of times, but I feel like every time I went out Black Friday shopping, I end up spending like $10. Like I never would get anything because all the good deals, you literally had to be in line for hours or if not overnight. So it was like not doing that. But I remember back when Walmart, the TV we have now, it's been at least a good 5, 6 years when people were still kind of anxious about going to the store because they were in store only TVs. And on the way home from volleyball, like which would have been like a Tuesday or Wednesday the following week after Black Friday, somebody returned one of their TVs, and I just happened to be there late at night. And so I got it for the Black Friday pricing that everybody like rushed to the store for. And the crappy thing is, I was driving my car, I didn't have my truck, and I had to squeeze it into my car. I had to push my driver's seat so far forward that I felt like I was driving a kid's Power Wheel home because it was so tight. But it was late at night, so I figured I could go pretty slow without endangering myself or the others on the road. But yeah, now TVs are so cheap anyways. It almost seems like year round they're cheap. I
I've
just
I've
got
don't
a
know what.
plasma
also
screen TV that I just stand and stare at for hours.
22 inch.
Hmm.
Well, you know what's interesting about TVs? For the longest time, you could not get rid of your old tube TVs. DI wouldn't take them. Savers, thrift stores wouldn't take them. Nobody wanted to buy them KSL. But now if you have one, you can sell them for more than you can buy a new TV for. Like people now want the retro tube TVs for their retro video game systems. So they're pretty expensive now because you can't find them. So all that junk that you gave away is now
I tried to take an old TV to Goodwill. They're like, no, we don't take those TVs anymore.
like the tube one.
Yeah, but they did take it that
Did
night when
they?
they were closed.
I've done that before. I think I've done that before.
That's not my joke. That's Dusty Slay.
Oh,
Good old classic Dusty Slay joke.
who's Dusty Slay?
Well, I'll let you look that up on your own time.
This is podcast time.
After school, you can look it up.
I
One
want
last
my
thing.
cold Taco Bell. So let's get this going because I
Ugh.
want my cold Taco Bell.
I need to say I have a sadistic thing about me that I enjoy going to heavily crowded stores for Black Friday time or going to the mall on Black Friday.
Is the
I don't
mall
even
still crowded
care
on Black
to.
Friday, or do people not care?
No, it's still crowded.
Is it?
When I went
That was
to,
the place to go
it was probably two
as a
years
kid.
ago. I went to Fashion and I had to park in the neighborhood.
Really?
There wasn't any parking spots in the mall. So, and I didn't want to go. Not even for deals. I just enjoyed the atmosphere, being there with all the people,
You love the chaos.
the chaos.
Everybody was trying to get Turbo Man,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
the one where you push the button and he goes, "It's
It's
turbo
turbo
time."
time.
What does he sell in the show? Mattresses or something?
Oh, I think it is like a mattress warehouse or
Oh, really?
something.
And don't forget,
Thank
you're
you
my
for
number one
Don't
thank you
customer.
forget-
for ordering your mattress.
You're my number one customer.
Your
I
number
send
one
that
customer. That's
I
it.
send that to my teammates all the time. Every time they give me turn in a report or something, and I'm like, don't forget, you're my number one customer.
I quoted that to Ryan, and I was really happy that he got it.
You're my number one. I forgot about that. You're my number one customer.
You're my number one customer.
I had never seen that movie. Speaking of retro, I never saw it growing up, but about 5 or 6 years ago, I wanted to see it, but I think the only place I could find it was on VHS tape. So I bought it and had to dig out my VCR to watch it,
You can watch it on
and I
Disney
did.
Plus now.
And now it's on Disney Plus and everything's streaming, but it was just wasn't anywhere. But I really wanted to see it. No, I've seen it a couple times since.
It's
It's
pretty good.
on.
It's pretty good.
It's on the TNTs and stuff during Christmas. You're my number one customer.
I just have to say, for all the listeners that have never seen Nate in person, him going to the thrift store constantly, digging out VCRs because he got a VHS, he probably looks exactly how you imagine him.
What does that look like?
You.
Me?
Don't you ever, you listen to,
No, no.
you listen
I
to
look.
podcasts and you're
I
like,
look.
what does this person look like?
No, 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 no. I
He looks
look like the
exactly
guy
like
that's
you would
supposed to.
expect.
Look like the guy who's supposed to be the store manager, but he looks like he's shopping. And then people ask me questions, and I'm like, I don't work here.
You do
I-
have that look about you as well.
Yeah, I look like I'm a store manager. That's what I look like.
What kind of store though?
Any of them. I've been approached at Target, Walmart, thrift stores, even NPS one day. I think I told you I was wearing like one of my cat shirts and shorts and a hat, and somebody came up and asked me a question. I'm like, what part of this attire makes it look like I'm working right now and working here? So I just got this. I'm the store manager face. I think I could probably go get a store manager job and just put on my resume that I've been one, and they believe it.
You
Yeah.
could really put that you've worked at. I saw a thing recently where it was like, I was a manager at
Radio
Circuit City
Shack.
and nobody, or yeah, Radio Shack or Circuit City and nobody can question that. And I was like, hey, Nate, you could do that.
That's
Regional
true. I used to
manager.
work I worked
regional
at Circuit
manager of
City.
Toys R Us.
I did work at Circuit City.
Yeah.
Speaking
I
of
was
stores,
hoping you would say, yeah, I was hoping you would say somebody approached you at the store. 'Cause that'd be a pretty good transition.
I was going to say, speaking of the store that I could get a job at, we can go to that store. What store are they talking about? The store?
the store.
The store. Which one? Because you can say that now, right?
Yeah,
The store.
there's
Which
what,
one?
3, 2. There's only 2 locations.
I think there's only 2.
There's only 2.
Oh,
What is the store, you may ask? Well, this one's a little specific to the location by map. Located near the base of Cottonwood Canyon, the store is a cult favorite in the Salt Lake Valley. Local and family owned, the store has been serving the neighborhood and people from all over the valley since 1968. We love local and offer hundreds of Utah-made products as well as specialty groceries, fruits and vegetables, chef-prepared meals, cheese, meat, and seafood, bakery, and lots more. Come shop small and local and see for yourself how unforgettable grocery shopping can be. What does that tell everybody? This place is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
wait, can I read the second paragraph?
The second paragraph?
Yes.
From 2006 to 2011, the store hosted one of the greatest Sno Shacks in the parking lot. That's the end of the paragraph. That was it.
And 2 notable podcasts, 1 podcast host and 1 common guest worked at that said Sno Shack.
That's me.
That's so cool. It says that on the website.
Yeah.
A former podcast intern.
Did you see what a customer said?
Put that on your resume.
The
Failed
store is.
internship. Just kidding.
quite
Was that
amazing.
failed? It didn't fail.
You see, the customer says the store is quite amazing. It's what Trader Joe wishes it was.
Trader Joe.
I'm like, it's not even the same thing. Trader Joe.
Should we look at
But you
the
guys, is
the
that how you
real
guys
reviews?
became friends? Is that no? Let's go back to the Sno Shack.
Let's go back to
I
the
want to
Sno
learn
Shack.
about the Sno Shack. I know about the Sno Shack
You didn't know?
because that's where Matt would pick up on the chicks. He would chat with babes all day.
He even got with the owner's daughter.
I sure did.
That's how Matt's life came to be. But is that how you guys became friends? Or
Nope.
were you already friends?
I'm a little
I got the
disappointed, Nate,
job
because because of us,
but
like the group, not because of me.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say I'm disappointed because Brandon and I have shared this story on the podcast, and I know you've been doing this for 4 years but
I
I'm
don't know. You
surprised
guys
you've
met.
forgotten that.
You guys met in elementary school.
No,
No, no, no. It was junior high.
no,
Oh.
no, it wasn't.
It
Go
wasn't?
back, go revisit the Fun Dome episode.
Right. But you were saying something about being in the gym at the school.
Yep. Yeah. Oh,
The
you're
high
on the right
school.
track. Yeah. High
Was it high
school.
school?
It was
Mhm.
weightlifting, and I was friends with Corey Morrill. And naturally, when they were calling roll call, and our teacher would say your last name, and he was like Morrill. Oh, that was a terrible impression of him. Morrill.
Spot on.
Yeah. And two kids were like, here. And so it was Brandon and Corey Morrill. So Brandon joined our group. And then we found out we were doing the
Just,
Academy of Finance together the next year. So,
just because they had the same last name, they're like, you're in.
Hmm.
well, we had to form groups of who we were going to work out with. And I knew Corey Morrill from my guitar class before.
And I knew nobody, so
And Brandon knew nobody. So he joined us. And Brandon and I hit it off. I loved spotting him when we'd do squats. You just have to get up there close, and there's nothing wrong with that. I was helping him out with his reps and stuff.
Did you practice hiking a football too?
Well,
I guess you could say that.
that was the beginning of our love affair. But we're wasting time revisiting that story. It's already been told. The listeners know the story.
But you know, people don't remember the stuff. I was trying to help you out.
Oh yeah,
This is just a reason
Yes.
for them to go back and listen to our Fun Dump episode because I'm sure the podcast isn't doing any better than it was back then. I'm sure we haven't improved at all.
maybe don't go back
Maybe
because I've
don't.
gone back and I've listened, and I'm like, oh, that's. It sounds 5 years old.
Maybe it's time we redo Fun Dome since it's everybody's favorite episode.
Yeah, I drove past there a few days ago, and it still makes me sad. It's completely gone.
So sad.
Anyway, yes, Brandon and I worked at a Sno Shack owned by my now father-in-law, and our manager was my now wife. And we worked with our other best friend, Ryan. And that Sno Shack, there were two Sno Shacks, and that one actually, if you wanted a calm day, not nearly as busy, you'd work there. But if you wanted more tips, there was a different location that you'd rather work at. So it was nice. You would see a lot of the same people. And yeah, I always viewed that store. I always viewed the store as the rich neighborhood kind of store. It is expensive.
It's a little more costly when from what I could see because I know my pricing, right? And I've been past the store, I don't know how many times in my life, and I've never been in till last Saturday. My daughter was doing a soccer practice at a church nearby, and I'm like, I got some time to kill, so I went and knocked on Matt's front door. He didn't answer, so I'm like, I'll just go back to the store and check it out. But it's really cool. It's a cool store. I feel like it had a vibe of like being in like a ski resort town. It's kind of like that type of feel.
Yeah.
It's really tight. The aisles and everything's really tight, but the pricing was a little crazy. But I did notice like some of their sales tags looked similar to like Associated Foods, so they might have some partnership with them, I'm assuming, for some of their products, but not all.
Or they're just ripping it off.
Or they're just not are not what's the word, fully immersed in the Associated Foods advertising. But if you're in that neighborhood and need something quick, I guess it's more like a convenience store at that point.
I've only gone in there to
With more-
buy mocha juice. Mocha mix? What is it?
I
Yeah.
don't know. For the Sno Shack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only reason I went in there.
Do kids from Cotton High School go there?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Kids
No.
from Cotton High School Cottonwood High School used to work there. I knew people
Okay.
we went to school with
I
worked
feel like
there.
there's a lot of kids in that area that go to Common High School, right? That live in that
Yeah.
area. So my wife was like, "You never been in there before?" And I'm like, "Why? I had no reason to." But I think because of her association with Common High School, that she had been in a few times. So there you have it.
You felt like it had a good vibe though. You enjoyed the vibe of the
Yeah, I think it
store.
was kind of fun. Like I said, I felt like I was in a ski resort, and it was cold outside, so it kind of fit the mood. And I love the the fact that it has like a soda fountain machine just in the middle of the store,
Oh,
like just
really?
down one of the aisles. Has like two soda machines, so you can get yourself a 44-ounce drink
Did you?
as you do your shopping. I did not. Did
Do you
not.
drink soda now?
I do, but I did not get it. It's on the soda aisle, I think, is where the soda fountains were. I love the fact that it had the old school like scoop your ice cream. Like Dan's used to have that when I was a kid. Um, in the little small bakery, and then in the back of the store had kind of like your, well, it's not your like a small deli barbecue type place. So that's kind of fun too. But like I said, it's like if anybody's pushing their cart down the aisle, like it's it's hard to
You
get
got to
by
turn
them.
around.
Yeah, you got to turn around because it's like I didn't even have a cart, and there's a lot of times I'm like, holy crap, how am I going to get through this aisle? Because somebody else had a cart just to get by. So there's a lot of kind of feel like you're in a maze just trying to get out of the mousetrap. But kind of cool, kind of fun store.
I do
And
love the name.
then,
That's the biggest thing it has going for it.
which is, it can be confusing. People say, I'm going to the store. Well, which one? Which one?
Mm.
The store. Which one?
It's the
It's
kind
kind of like
of
the band,
place
The
I'd
Who.
open up. Yeah.
Yeah, The Who. And then, just so I can keep talking, last night I was eating dinner with my wife at Tucano's, and Matt mentioned that the store, which they opened one up in the Gateway as well, had changed out. He was all excited that they changed out the doors. So we ran over there. I'm like, oh, I probably should go check out that store too, since I'm here. Ran over there and checked it out. Have you guys been to that one? I'm assuming Matt has because the doors are super heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, I go there quite a bit. My office is at the Gateway,
So you only buy one
and
thing there?
I buy one thing there.
The mocha
Well,
juice.
oh, that's not true. I
He still
usually
gets
go
the
in and
mocha juice. Just
I get the fruit parfait. This is very good. But they do have a salad bar there. Like a lot of people from my office go there every day and buy lunch. They have
Really?
like a chicken sandwich. They'll have hamburgers. They have sandwiches,
Hmm.
pizza. Um, they have a lot of food options. So I feel like downtown at the Gateway, it's more appropriately placed and it feels like it's in its natural setting instead
Right.
of the one here just kind
Yeah.
of feels like you go to that store and you're like, I could just go 3 minutes in any direction and find a store with cheaper prices. But
Right.
at Gateway, it feels more appropriate. You're
Yeah.
downtown, you're spending more money. So,
Well,
uh,
that's what I mean, speaking of convenience stores, I mean, I really think the store at the Gateway just felt like a little bit bigger Maverick, like the newer Maverick
Mm.
gas stations. That's what it kind of felt like because you said they had like the food bar section and then they had
yep,
the salad. And yes, it just felt, and they also had the soda fountains there as well. Um, so yeah, it just felt like and like you said, it's in its place at the Gateway. So you're not like shit sticker shock there because you kind of expect it. But if you didn't know of this store over off of Highland, you would just kind of think that the store in the Gateway is just a convenience store, right? Would you think that?
I don't even know
An
if I've
oversized
noticed it.
convenience store?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
really
probably true.
small. I mean, the one in the Gateway is really small. It's really, really small. But then for a convenience store, it's pretty big.
It is. Yeah, there was one time I went there to whenever I don't pack a lunch, I'll go there and get a fruit parfait, and there were like none left. There were like three on the shelf. So I just grabbed one and took it to the front. And the lady said, "Are there any others on the shelf?" And I said, "Oh, there's like two more." She's like, "Okay." this was supposed to be sold yesterday and it's still good, but I'm going to give it to you for free. So it was still good. And I got a free parfait.
Yeah.
See,
That's my favorite.
the people in the Google reviews did not have an experience like that. At least with the 0 stars, the 1 stars.
The Gateway one or the one in Highland?
I was looking at the one by Matt's house, the
Okay.
OG. So maybe they do a better time at the downtown one.
It's always busy. When I walk by, there's always people going in.
It's
The
not
Gateway one or the
small.
one over in Highland? Sorry.
The Gateway one. Sorry. Yeah, that's confusing. I have lived in this house for coming up on 5 years now. I think I've gone there maybe twice since I've lived here.
Okay. I was
Where do you do
wondering
your
that. Like, does
shopping,
he go
Matt?
there? But then, like I said, it's really more of a convenience than if you're really going shopping, then why would you not just go literally a mile in any direction and find a cheaper
Target,
option?
Target
Yeah.
or Walmart. Or
Yeah, Target,
Dan's.
Walmart. And then
Oh,
if you go
Dan's.
just 2 miles south, you're probably hitting a Smith's
Yep.
or well, yeah, anyways, there's just options. But I was surprised though, like how busy it was. It was a Saturday, but the parking lot was pretty full.
It feels
And
to
and
be
they were
one of those
advertising
places that just has a loyal following, you know?
yeah.
A cult following, some
Cult
would say.
following, some would say.
A cult following, and then if you think about it, the area that it's in, there's people with money to where they probably don't care about what they're paying because they just have so much money, they don't know what to do with it. So
They may as well spend it at the store.
then that's when the convenience comes in, right? It's just a big convenience store to them, but they have more stuff than you could get at a
I wonder
Maverick.
how much their clientele has dipped down since the Sno Shack is no longer there. Because I have to imagine a lot of people would go to the Sno Shack and
And
then
then naturally
be
wander
like,
into the
oh,
store.
this is so convenient. Like, I came here to the Sno Shack, but I also need to get some extra mocha juice and
And
parfaits
I
or
want an
whatever
ice cream
else.
cone while I'm at it.
Yeah. So
That yeah, it's a really
I
good
hope
point.
it hasn't hurt them too bad. I mean, obviously not. They were able to open the downtown location, and that one definitely doesn't have a Sno Shack next to it. So
Nope, but it has a bunch of homeless people.
they
So
have a different kind of snow.
I was walking by one day on my walk during work, and I take a walk at 10 and 2. And
Do you
I was
hold your
taking,
hands at 10 and 2?
yep, I was taking my 10 o'clock walk, and there was a pit bull that was there, and a person's belongings, probably a transient person, seemed that they had all their life belongings out waiting outside of the store while they were in. And the pit bull was not tied up, and a guy walked by, kept his distance, didn't even look at the dog. And the dog freaked out and jumped up and latched onto his arm and started like shaking, biting this guy. It was crazy.
Did you call the police?
No, security came because there's security at Gateway.
It's crazy.
So I went upstairs. I turned and ran up the stairs because I didn't want the dog to
You
attack me.
ran.
So I was right next to them. I was right there.
So you go on a walk at 10 and 2, but sometimes you're going to run, depending on what's
If there's
outside.
dogs, yeah. It's
I have a
very
funny
true.
dog story I should tell you guys someday. Not today, though. Not today.
Good because that Taco Bell is really calling my name.
That's what I thought. I thought you'd want to go get some Taco Bell.
Which reminds me, this episode's been brought to you by Cold Taco Bell, where the wrapper sticks to your taco, so when you unwrap it, it peels the
Mm-mm.
taco shell and falls apart.
The reason we did this episode this week is because what else are you going to do for Thanksgiving in Utah?
Well, they will. It's
You
probably
don't
too
have
late.
a Thanksgiving
You
haunted
could have
house
bought your
yet.
turkey dinner there. Unless you're listening to this today, you can maybe run over there and get your turkey dinner.
You're too late.
Oh, too late. They were advertising that. But I figured it's a good week to have this episode because everyone's going to a store, maybe not the store, to do their shopping, to get all their products for their Thanksgiving dinner,
Yeah.
which which brings up, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm
Um,
hosting about 25 people at my house, not by choice.
didn't you host last year?
Oh, we host every year, Brandon,
Oh boy.
not by choice. But all the people that will be coming, none of them will be listening to this. So
Is it your
Mm,
family or her family?
her family, which is fine. I like them all. It's not like we have any family issues. It's just I don't want 25 people in my house.
Some might
True.
say you get to host Thanksgiving at your house. Wait, how does this saying go? Some may say you have to. Some may say you get to.
Is that the saying? That really sucked. You built that up. I thought it was going to be something good.
Something insightful. It was something my dad
Well,
used to
Matt,
say. When I'd say to my dad, I'd be like, I have to do this. And he'd say, you get to do this. And I don't know. They
Yeah.
both suck. I don't understand which one's better, which one's worse. But either way,
We
Matt, it's a
get
privilege. You should be thankful you have a house, unlike that transient with the pit bull. You have a house where you can
yeah,
host all these
yeah.
people. You have the ability to walk to the store on your lunch break. Some people can't even walk. Can you be more grateful? It's Thanksgiving week.
what do you call a person with no arms and no legs at a front door?
A Matt.
Yep, that's me.
That's right. I think you say he had no arms, no legs. He was blind and deaf. This is how he led a nation.
What?
It's
So
from The Office.
Anyway, I don't think you guys finished what you're doing for Thanksgiving.
I'm going to Thanksgiving at my family's house, my side of the family. Actually, I think I'm probably
Nice, nice.
doing double duty this year, like we tend to do.
Yep, I do double duty. I usually don't eat at the first one at my wife's house, my wife's family. At our house, I might have a little bit of ham. Brandon, I know you don't like ham, but
Blech.
I love honey baked ham for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's good.
Honestly, I'm not a huge turkey guy. I like it, but it's eh. But Brandon, I know Brandon and I share the favorite or the same favorite Thanksgiving dish.
Guess it, Nate.
Guess it, Nate.
Candy yams.
No. Green bean casserole.
Okay. So, tangent, but
And
okay.
that's all the time we
Okay.
have
Okay.
today, you
This
guys.
is how we That's still one of the funniest moments ever on the podcast. Brandon cut you off, and that's all the time we have for.
A
Brandon
little
signs off. Okay.
a little offensive, but that's all right.
I don't know why that one got me for like 3 days straight. I would just start laughing
He's still
randomly,
laughing
but
about it. Some say
I'm
he's
still
still
laughing about it.
laughing.
I am still laughing. It was just perfect timing. It all worked out perfectly. So every other year for like with my side of the family, one year's with my mom, the next year we're supposed to go with our in-laws. This year is an in-law year, and my wife, I guess, doesn't like going to her side of the family stuff, so we usually don't go. Then we go and grab my mom and go to Black Bear Diner. So that's what we're going to do this year. But to back the truck up a little bit, my nephew just went into the MDC like a week ago, and he wanted to have Thanksgiving dinner before he went into the MDC. So we had it at my sister's house. We kind of, even though it's not the year to do with my family, we did one anyways. And my little brother's wife, because we had like the list, she goes, is I think she was saying something about yams, like do you guys do like the candy yams or the marsh? What do they call it?
Yeah,
Yes. Candied
that's what
yams.
I'm
That's
making this year.
So she's like, "Oh, is that a Linnell thing?" And we're like, "No, I'm pretty sure that's like a thing." And then we're at my sister's house, and then she goes, and someone had the, what'd you guys say? Green bean casserole is
Green
your
bean casserole.
favorite?
yeah.
So she's like, "Is this another Linnell thing?" And I'm like, "Holy cow, where are you from?" She's just from Camas,
What does
so it's
she
not
eat
far
for
away.
Thanksgiving?
That's what we were all like way confused, like all these traditions that she thinks is just my family tradition, but maybe they don't do stuff like that up in Camas. I was like, oh no, I'm pretty sure green bean casserole is like a Thanksgiving thing, like nationwide, not just maybe it's a Utah thing, but it's just very interesting. So I'm like, I want to know what else she's not aware of. People do. Do they have dinner rolls? I don't know. Turkey? They have turkey Thanksgiving? I don't
They
know.
have green jello with carrots in it,
There you
funeral
go.
potatoes. Well, let us know what your favorite dish or side dish is for Thanksgiving. And also let us know what you think of the store. I just have one review to read that I have to read because I thought it was funny. It's hard to read Google reviews because sometimes you can't convey how funny it is because of lack of punctuation or spelling errors. But this one says, expensive, snotty employees hate this place.
The expensive, snotty employees hate that place.
Yep. If you're an expensive, snotty employee, you hate that place.
Yep, makes sense.
Just remember that, everybody. And
But if you go through the bad reviews, everybody just complains about how expensive it is.
yeah,
And I get it.
I get it too. We all do.
We all do. Sometimes we get into mischief.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for listening to This Is a Place podcast.
And this was a store we just talked about.
Bye now.